Hello students. Now today we are going to start a new chapter, thermodynamics. So in thermodynamics we study about the heat and the different type of energies which results in the motion of the gaseous molecules or the atoms in different states. So first of all, let's discuss about a few general things. Like number 1 is system and surroundings. What is system? The system is the part of universe which is under our observation or investigation, and the surrounding is that part which is present other than the system. Like this is a system, this is a small part, like we are having a small vessel. We will consider a small vessel which is filled with water, and we are studying all the phenomena in that, so that is a system. Like a kettle is there in which tea is there, so that is a system, and the surrounding area means the area which is around the kettle, it is the surrounding. So system may be a smaller part or a very larger part. Like a school is also a system, a room is also a system where we are going to study, which is under our observation and investigation, that is the system. And the area which is around the system, it is surrounding. Okay, both system and surrounding constitute the universe. Okay, then the wall which separates a system and the surrounding, it is called the boundary. Okay, तो कोई भी सिस्टम और सराउंडिंग को सेपरेट करने के लिए जो भी वॉल होती है उसे हम बाउंड्री कहते हैं. दिस बाउंड्री इज मे बी रियल, it may be imaginary. The boundary, it may be adiabatic, that means no heat exchange will be there. So different type of boundaries are there. It may be rigid, it may be flexible. Now these are the few things. Now we will discuss about the type of systems. There are mainly three types of system: open system, closed system, and isolated system. Then what is open system? Open system is that type of system in which there is exchange of matter and energy takes place between the system and the surrounding. For example, we are having a water and the vessel is open and the water is boiled. So if the water is boiled, then both the matter, that is water, is lost in the surrounding in the form of water vapor, as well as heat energy is also moving in the surroundings. So that means matter and energy both are exchanged between the system and surroundings. Such type of system is called an open system. Second one is closed system. In closed system, suppose a vessel is there and it is closed with a lid. Okay, so what is there? Only the energy will lost in the surrounding, not the matter. This is called closed system. This is called the closed system. Like we are having a vessel which is filled with water and water is boiled. So water will not move outside the vessel, but the heat is released or the energy is lost in outside the vessel from its walls. Okay. Then third one is isolated system. Isolated system is such type of system in which there is no exchange of matter and energy between the system and the surrounding. They are not exchanged. Example, an ideal thermos flask. जैसा कि एक थर्मस होता है, तो थर्मस के अंदर क्या है कि एनर्जी और मैटर दोनों का ही आउटसाइड से एक्सचेंज नहीं होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि इसके अंदर अलग से इंसुलेटेड पार्ट है, इसके अंदर प्रेजेंट होते हैं. तो ये हो गया हमारा थर्मस फ्लास्क. बट नो फ्लास्क इज 100% आइडियल. Students, I want to tell you about one more thing. The boundaries or the system, एक ऐसी बाउंड्री जिससे हीट का एक्सचेंज बिल्कुल भी ना हो. मतलब हीट है ना तो अंदर जा सके ना बाहर जा सके, not possible. That type of boundary is called adiabatic boundary, in which the change in heat energy of the system is zero. Such type of system is adiabatic system, and such type of boundary is adiabatic boundary. Okay. there are some more other different type of systems like isobaric system. In isobaric system, the pressure remain constant, so it is a system in which the volume is directly proportional to temperature. In isochoric system, the volume remain constant, that's why the pressure is directly proportional to temperature. In isothermal process, temperature remain constant, so pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Even adiabatic system is there, in which the exchange of heat remains constant, means not constant, there is no exchange of heat between the system and surrounding, so net exchange of heat is zero, or we can say change in the heat is equals to zero. So these are certain different type of systems. After this, students, let's discuss about the state variables as well as state functions. So what are state variables? State variables or state functions are those type of quantities or those type of variables which defines the state of a system, जो किसी भी system की state को define करते हैं. Like we are having, अगर हमारे पास में एक vessel है और उसके अंदर गैस भरी हुई है, तो यहाँ पे हम क्या बताएंगे, इस गैस का टेम्परेचर बता सकते हैं, हम बता सकते हैं इस प्रेशर पे ये गैस है, गैस का ये वॉल्यूम है. तो ये सारे जो ऐसी प्रॉपर्टी जिससे हम किसी भी गैस के हर स्टेट, हर प्रॉपर्टी को डिफाइन करते हैं, these are called the state variable, like the pressure, volume, temperature, number of moles, enthalpy, entropy. Enthalpy is the energy, entropy is the disturbance, internal energy, Gibbs free energy. These all are the state functions, and these depends on the initial and final state of system. Like we know, if the temperature of the system increases, in that case there is change in temperature, means the change in temperature will define the state of the system. सो इन केस अगर ये मतलब ये वेरिएबल्स है, अगर कुछ भी प्रॉपर्टी में थोड़ा सा भी चेंज आएगा तो ये वेरिएबल्स है, ये क्या हो जाते हैं, चेंज हो जाते हैं. Second one is path variable or path function, which do not depend on the state of the system, but it depends on the path by which a system changes its state. वो जिस पाथ से एक सिस्टम है एक स्टेट से दूसरे स्टेट में चेंज हो रहा है, उस पाथ पे डिपेंड करते हैं, लाइक वर्क एंड हीट. जैसे मान लेते हैं कि कोई गैस है और ये क्या है, गैसेस स्टेट में है, लेकिन अगर हम इस पर प्रेशर अप्लाई करेंगे, टेम्परेचर कम कर देंगे, देन द गैस विल गेट लिक्विफाइड. सो व्हाट हैपन, the path by which the gas can be liquefied, that path represents the path function. It depends on work and heat, so how much work we have done on the system. So these all are the factors which depends on path, and these are called path variables or path function, like work done and heat. Next one are extensive and intensive properties. The properties which depend on the quantity of matter or the whose magnitude depends on the amount of matter present in the system are called extensive property. Like mass, volume, number of moles, these are extensive properties. But intensive property are those which do not depend on the quantity or amount of matter present in the system, like pressure, temperature, density. तो इनको बताने के लिए ये प्रॉपर्टीज़ है, मास, वॉल्यूम, इन पे डिपेंड करता है. जैसे कम वॉल्यूम हो या ज़्यादा वॉल्यूम हो, लाइक वी आर हैविंग अ रिवर, तो कहीं से उसमें वाटर आ रहा है तो वॉल्यूम है उसका क्या है, कंटिन्यूसली बढ़ता जाएगा, पानी ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. लेकिन इंटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टी है, अगर हमारे पास में इतना सा पानी है तो उसका टेम्परेचर अगर ज़ीरो है तो इतने पानी का भी टेम्परेचर 0 डिग्री हो सकता है. लाइक रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स इज़ देयर, लाइक द डेंसिटी इज़ देयर. अगर इतना सा डायमंड है उसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स हो सकता है, तो इतने बड़े डायमंड का भी रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स सेम ही होगा. सो इट डू नॉट डिपेंड ऑन द अमाउंट ऑफ मैटर और क्वान्टिटी ऑफ मैटर. सो स्टूडेंट्स, दीज आर एक्सटेंसिव एंड इंटेंसिव प्रॉपर्टीज़. Now students, the most important topic is internal energy. So what is internal energy? The sum of overall different type of energies of a system represents the internal energy of a system. Like we know that the particles in a system or molecules in a system are having means they shows different type of motion, like they are moving, so they are having kinetic energy, they are having potential energy, they are having, some molecules are vibrating, so they are having vibrational energy, rotational energy, different type of energy are there. So the sum of overall different type of energies of a system, it is called internal energy. And internal energy, if there is change in means internal energy is there, since we know that internal energy, it may change because it is a state function. Okay, so if the internal energy changes, then it results in the change in temperature of the system. How is it possible? Let's see. Internal energy, when internal energy will be changing, so there are certain factors which actually represent the change in internal energy. Internal energy, it is represented by U. So when heat is absorbed by the system or heat is released by the system, in that case internal energy will change. When work is done on the system or by the system, in that case also internal energy will change. And when matter enters into the system or leave the system, in that case also internal energy will change. Like, let's discuss that. Number one is change in internal energy due to the work done. So if we are having a vessel, okay, in which we can say its wall is adiabatic, okay, it is an isolated system in which the walls are adiabatic wall, that means no heat exchange is there. That means there is no heat exchange. Why? Because the wall is adiabatic. In this case, what we do, suppose this is a piston and here water is there, or we can consider gaseous molecules. So let's consider that initially the internal energy of the system is U1 and its temperature of the system is T1. Okay, now there are different ways to do work on the system. So how work is done on the system? One thing is there that to increase the temperature we are just we are having the vessel like this. तो दो तरीके हो सकते हैं वर्क करने के. हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि इसको यहाँ पे हम कोई चर्निंग व्हील है वो क्या है कंटिन्यूसली रोटेट करवा सकते हैं किसी एडियाबैटिक वॉल के सिस्टम में, आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम में. तो इफ़ कंटिन्यूसली इट विल चर्न, देन हीट एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस होगी और यहाँ पे हम बोल सकते हैं टेम्परेचर विल इंक्रीज. दूसरा हो सकता है कि हम क्या है इलेक्ट्रिक रॉड है वो लगा दें, जिससे क्या होगा वाटर है वो गर्म हो जाएगा, या सिस्टम है उसका वाटर है वो गर्म हो जाएगा, तो टेम्परेचर है वो इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. दैट मीन्स इंटरनल एनर्जी विल इंक्रीज. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम देखते हैं, अगर हम इसको भी कंसिडर कर सकते हैं, लाइक वी कैन सी कि अगर हमारे पास में ये कोई गैशियस मॉलिक्यूल है वाटर की जगह, और हम इस पर क्या है कि अगर प्रेशर लगा रहे हैं यानी वर्क कर रहे हैं, हम सिस्टम पे वर्क कर रहे हैं, उस कंडीशन में हम देखेंगे कि जब हम वर्क करेंगे तो इनिशियली इंटरनल एनर्जी थी U1 और टेम्परेचर था T1. तो जब हम वर्क करेंगे तो इंटरनल एनर्जी जो थी इनिशियल में U1, उसमें कुछ वर्क डन भी एनर्जी की फॉर्म में एडअप हो जाएगा, एंड नाउ द इंटरनल एनर्जी विल बिकम U2 विच इज़ इक्वल्स टू U1 प्लस W. क्योंकि इनिशियली U1 था, इसी U1 पे हमने वर्क किया तो इसमें वर्क डन ऐड हो जाएगा, यानी इंटरनल एनर्जी बढ़ गई और ये हो गई U2. U2 will be equal to U1 plus W, and when we will measure the temperature of the system, then it will be definitely increased. So the change in temperature will be T2 minus T1, and this work done is responsible for increase in the temperature of the system from T1 to T2. Therefore, we can say that from here U2 minus U1 is equals to W, and U2 minus U1 is equivalent to delta U, that is change in internal energy. So change in internal energy is due to the work done by the adiabatic system. Adiabatic means from the walls no heat is released and no heat will absorb. If the work is done on the system, like we have done the work on the system, in that case the internal energy will increase, and here the work done will be positive. But in case if we release the system, यानी हम इस पिस्टन को यहीं छोड़ देंगे, तो क्या होगा, अपने आप सिस्टम में जो पिस्टन है इस सिस्टम में वो अपने आप ऊपर मूव करेगा, बिकॉज नाउ द सिस्टम इज डूइंग वर्क. ओके, उस केस में क्या होगा, उस केस में हम देखेंगे कि वर्क डन है नेगेटिव होगा, बिकॉज कंटिन्यूसली क्या होगा इंटरनल एनर्जी विल decrease, because when work is done by the system, then the internal energy will decrease, because the energy is also lost in doing the work. So in that case the work done will be negative, and the internal energy will decrease. Now the next is change in internal energy due to the heat. So what is heat? Heat is the exchange of energy due to which the temperature will changes. So whenever the heat is absorbed by the system, in that case the internal energy will increase. Why? Let's see that if initially the internal energy is U1, and when the heat is absorbed by the system, then the internal energy will becomes U1 plus Q. That means the total internal energy will increase. Okay, but in case if heat is released by the system or given out, in that case let's consider initially the internal energy is U1, but if heat is released, then the Q will means subtracted from it. That means now the internal energy will decrease. Okay, so you have to remember, when Q is positive, that means absorbed, then internal energy increases, and when Q is negative, then internal energy will decrease. Next one is by both work and heat. By both work and heat. So what happen when work is done on the system and if heat is absorbed by the system? In that case the change in internal energy will be equal to Q plus W. So overall Q and W, they are added. Okay, but in case if the work done is 0 and Q is equals to 0, no work is done and no heat is released, in that case the internal energy will be 0. This is the first law of thermodynamics that we will study later.